This is season 2 of The Sweater with Kathleen Dames. Over the course of our 12-week season, we will knit the pearly pullover together. Hello, my friends, and welcome to episode 12. 1, 2, 1, 2, 12, just yay! We don't even need to hold up fingers anymore. I am so excited to be finished with my sweater, and I hope wherever you are in your sweater, you are enjoying it, because that's the whole point of this thing. So, here it is. Here is my second pearly pullover. It is lovely and pink and DK weight and warm and cozy. Unfortunately, as I'm recording this, it's a 90-degree day in here in New York City, so I'm going to be brief. Whatever fiber you're knitting your sweater in, whatever season you're knitting in, I hope you're having fun. I have had a lot of fun with this. I love the details. It's a very simple sweater, as I've said all along, but it's like your favorite sweatshirt. It's comfy and cozy. It has special things like the raglan lines and the twisted stitch ribbing, and it was all worked to knit side out, so it probably went really fast. There isn't any shaping in the body. There's minimal increasing in the arms, so it's one of those things that you can work on in social situations, while you're watching TV, even in the dark, maybe if you're that kind of knitter, you know, like at the movies or something. So it's just, I'm thrilled with mine. I love the yarn. Reen, thank you so much for creating this beautiful peony colorway, and for your Merino Decay, which is American fiber, American spun, and American dyed in Michigan. So it's a really special yarn, and if your local yarn store doesn't carry it, you may want to ask them to give it a shot. Happy Fuzzy Yarn does beautiful, beautiful things. So check out their website at happyfuzzyyarn.com too. And of course, Jane is still wearing the original pearly pullover, knit in Madeline Tosh Pashmina, which is sport weight, and is a blend of fibers, including silk and cashmere. So it's got a different vibe than the one I'm wearing, but I love them both, and I know I will get a lot of use out of these sweaters. So if you aren't finished yet, that's totally okay. You're where you need to be. The videos will be up on YouTube for as long as there's a YouTube, so we'll say forever. And you can always ask questions in my Ravelry forum. And you can also look through the threads for each episode and see if your question's already been answered. But if it hasn't been answered, remember, you are not the only one with that question. You just need to be the one who's brave enough to ask it. And that's, and hopefully that will make you a better knitter. When you have questions like that, it helps make me a better designer to figure out how to answer them and make sure that that question doesn't come up in a future pattern. So you're helping me while I'm helping you. It's a great win-win. So maybe you're wondering, what's next? Next up, I am going to take a little break, enjoy some summer, do some other knitting, get things ready for some fall publication stuff. There's exciting things to come. And that I will also be knitting the sweater that we will knit in season 3. Season 3 will be coming this fall. It will be a worsted weight cabled pullover, very simple cables. It's just, you know, that first cabled sweater. If you've never knit one before, this is a good one to start with. And I'll show you. I can't show you the sweater because I haven't knit it yet, but I can show you the cables I'm planning on using and the yarn I'm planning to knit with. So it's just a really nice, simple, bold but not bulky cable. This is some beautiful yarn from Malabrigo. It's their Rios, and I will be knitting that one up over the summer, and then in the fall I'll knit along with you using some yarn from my friend Jen at Spirit Trail Fiberworks. So I'm looking forward to that and this one. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'll give you tips and tricks on actually cabling. I'll teach you how to cable without a cable needle, which is an awesome thing to know how to do. It will speed up your knitting. You won't ever have to worry about losing your cable needle. And there are only a couple of cables I have ever encountered where I really felt I needed a cable needle. So once you know how to cable without a cable needle, you will be off to the races. And you can knit some of my other more complex cabled sweaters, like an Errand for Frederick or Colonel Brandon, which will also be coming out in my Ravelry shop in the fall. And I hope you are excited for this one. This is, of course, a flat swatch. I will be doing a proper swatch in the round, but I wanted to just sort of get an idea of the yarn and needles. So if you are interested in knitting this one, be sure to stay subscribe to the newsletter. I'll send out information in advance, and I'll do another episode 0 where I introduce you to the sweater. That will be in the fall, and then we'll get going, and we'll have 12 weeks of cabled sweater knitting fun this fall. And I will be happy to put on that sweater at the end of the season because it will be late fall, early winter, which is an appropriate time to wear a nice, warm, cozy, woolly sweater. Right now it's not. It's July as I'm recording this. So that's it for today. I don't know what else to tell you other than I love my sweater. I hope you love yours. I'm looking forward to season 3. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Just a reminder that you should have gotten an email from me with your coupon code. So if you want to have a copy of your Pearly Pullover pattern in your Ravelry library, use the coupon code to get a significant discount off of the pattern when you purchase it, and then it'll be stored in your Ravelry library. Until now, you only had the pattern that you downloaded through the newsletter. But when you use the coupon code, you can keep it in your Ravelry library and have access to it from any internet-enabled device anytime, anywhere. So be sure to check out that coupon. It will only be good until the following Tuesday. So if it's after July 22nd, I'm afraid you've missed out on the free pattern and the coupon, but you can still purchase the pattern in my Ravelry shop, and the link to that will be in the show notes. And a reminder that the show notes always includes the information you might need, any links that I've talked about in the podcast. So be sure to check those out. If you have any questions, remember the Ravelry forums are the place to ask them. There's a thread for each episode, so try and find that. Otherwise, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment below. I check those comments regularly. I check the forums regularly on Ravelry, so I am there weekdays checking to see if anybody has had any questions. But the great thing about the forums too is that there are other knitters on those forums, and they might be able to answer your question before I get a chance to. So it's always great to have that community, and so come join us and be a part of that at the Kathleen Dames Design Ravelry forum. So just a reminder of what you learned to do in this sweater. You learned about the two-tail long-tail cast on, which is my favorite for any number of stitches. You learned about joining things to work in the round, swatching, secondary swatching with a sleeve so you don't get stuck on Sleeve Island after knitting the body. We learned about joining everything together and working raglan decreases, and we did special raglan decreases here to create these lovely lines on our sweater. We also did some twisted stitch work, very simple twisted stitches that gave us this beautiful edging on the collar, cuffs, and hem. We also talked about something that I didn't do in my sweater, but you might be doing in yours, raising things up, closing up the neckline a little if you want something closer to your neck rather than wide open. I like mine this way. I can wear a tank underneath, have a little pop of different color, but we did talk about that, so you can go back and refer to that episode. And then, of course, we talked about finishing work, weaving in our ends using a sort of a Swiss darning method to hide them so you can wear the sweater right side out or inside out. And then, of course, the fun of blocking and stomping on your sweater and then wearing it. So I hope to see lots of Pearly Pullovers out in the wild in the near future, and I hope you've had a great time this season. Thank you so much for being a part of it. It's been so much fun for me. I hope it's been fun for you, and I look forward to season 3 starting in the fall. Until then, thanks so much for being here, and happy knitting. Mwah! Bye! This is season 2 of The Sweater with Kathleen Dames. Over the course of our 12-week season, we will knit the Pearly Pullover together. Many thanks to Reem at Happy Fuzzy Yarns, Corinna at Picnic Knits, Tara Swiger and my fellow Starship captains, and you for being a part of The Sweater with Kathleen Dames. Don't forget to visit KathleenDames.com/thesweater to sign up for the newsletter before July 22nd to receive your free copy of the Pearly Pullover in your welcome email. Is it after July 22nd? Just not a joiner? Purchase your copy of the Pearly Pullover from my Ravelry shop anytime. Be sure to share your progress on social media with the hashtags Pearly Pullover and KD Sweater. Questions, comments, visit the Kathleen Dames Design Ravelry Forum today. Thanks so much for joining me, and happy knitting!